Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Drag Closet. You know what time it is. How are all my people doing out there? It's so nice to have you here with us today on this beautiful Wednesday. The weather's finally getting nice. It's warming up and summer is just around the corner. We have our Memorial Day celebrations coming up. What are you guys doing? Let us know in the comments here what you guys are doing for this coming weekend. Oh my goodness, let's see who's watching. Oh, my babies. Hi, my babe. Oh, Derek's watching. Hi, baby. Love you too. We have Michelle's watching tonight. Congratulations to you, my teacher of the year, Miss Michelle. I love you, baby, so much. We have Joshua Evans in the house. It's hump day. Must be time for Inside the Drag Closet. That is right. It is hump day. You can see I don't have my girls with me tonight. Thelma and Louise are taking a little bit of a break because they done broke my neck. So they're having a little nap this time. Oh, let's see. Chanel Fletcher says, "Hello, beautiful peoples. Loves to you all." Oh, we have Leah Pardini. Bonjour, mademoiselle. How are you today? Ça va bien? Bien. Thank you so much for coming out to see me at Zootropolis. I love you so much. Orion Angel is in the house tonight, having a birthday party. Well, happy early birthday to you, our Orion Angel. How many years young will you be? Kitty DeVille's in the house, by the way. Happy Wednesday. Michelle Lee, I love you too, my baby girl. Yes, Vicky Marie Thompson. A wedding Saturday and the NJRF Sun. Oh my goodness, that's so much fun. I love that. Robin Thompson's. Hey, girl. Going to a wedding. Oh, you're both going to a wedding. I see. Birds of a feather. Twinsies. All that magical goodness. Oh my goodness, yes. And if you have not yet shared this live video, it's time. It's time. Get on there, share it, spread the good word. Hi, Mom. I see you. Hi. Oh, my beautiful. Hi, my beautiful mommy. I love you so much. It was great to see you today. I went over to my mom's house today and put some air in her tires for her because I am a good son. Good son. Happy birthday, Orion from Shannon's Art Gathering. Yes, 29 for the third year in a row. Same girl. Same girl. I've been 29 since the 70s, I think. Good Lord. Chanel Fletcher says, "I'm celebrating being home from the hospital after a month of cancer treatments, baby." Welcome home, honey. Welcome home. Welcome home. We love you here at Inside the Drag Closet. We love and support you. We send you all the love and light in the world. But we are glad you're home. That's very important that you're back and you're in your own environment. Happy healing and blessings to you, baby. Joshua Evans says, "Love the merch in the background." Merch? What? I don't. What merch? I don't see any merch. Oh, that. Oh, that. Yes, everybody. If you would like to purchase some of our merch, you can go onto www.jadedavier.com/merch. I got that memorized now. Isn't that cool? But yes, we have, let's see, there's a towel over here. We have another towel here with our gorgeous faces on, with very well-placed crowns on top of everybody's head, because I'm clever. We have t-shirts, tank tops, all kinds of stuff. Hoodies and gaiters and lions and tigers and titties. Oh my. Oh, let me stop. I'm just going to stop. And I'm going to introduce myself. Again, my name is Amethyst Diamond. Let's do a little who, what, where. I'm me, and I've been doing me for a long, long time. What am I wearing tonight? This lovely wig is from the lovely Sunny Delight, Sonia Diaz of Sunny Delight Designs. My makeup tonight is MAC and Morphe. My earrings are some Inside Out Aquamarine hoops by the Rocks by Cox. Purple ring, Rocks by Cox, Aquamarine ring, Rocks by Cox. And this frock is from, oh God, I don't know, Victoria's Secret? No, I'm just kidding. It's from, what's that place we shop at, Jade? I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called. What's it called on the tag? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm a busy girl. I'm busy. I do things and I do a lot of shows and I'm tired. I drink a lot of wine, so that's okay. Thank God for wine. Anyhow, I could sit here all by myself all night just having a good old time with all y'all, but I'm not going to do that. That wouldn't be fair. You know, this wasn't my idea. So let me bring out my hostess with the mostest. You know her. You love her. Here she comes. The lady, Jade Davian.
Hi.
Girl, how
Sorry, I
you
was just
doing?
sorting some of my stuff right now, and there's
Welcome.
so much going on. I just got this new towel,
Oh,
and
I love it.
hmm. Girl, that was probably the best intro of the show ever.
Yay! I'm gonna do it all the time now.
I don't
You're
know. Should I
fine.
put us there? I want to put us there.
Yeah, make us big. Make us big.
How are you, girl?
Thank you, Cassie. Fashion Nova. That's where my dress is from. Sorry, I had to get back to that eventually.
Nice.
I'm doing good. You know, things are good. I'm busy as hell. I'm only home 2 days this entire week. Um, so here we are doing that. I'm helping my drag daughter Sanika out tomorrow. She is starting her own food truck business with her husband. It is Choco L'Amour with deep fried chocolate truffles. Um, and she is doing an opening, a soft opening at her house tomorrow. You can find her on Facebook under Choco L'Amour. It's CHOCO L apostrophe Amor, I believe is what it is. Sinika Diamond or Eddie Beck. You can also find him on Facebook. If you want to come by, we're doing kind of like a free open house. There's going to be some wine sampling as well to go with the truffles, and just a good time, just community and loving and laughing and all kinds of
Well,
fun stuff from 6 to 9 or 6 to 10 tomorrow evening.
fantastic. Well, Jess just pointed out it is National Wine Day, so.
Are you serious? I had no idea. I thought it was just Wednesday, girl.
Oh my god.
I haven't even had a full glass yet. This is delirium. Calm down.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Everything's fine. Uh,
Honey, if Jade's drinking, ooh, it's gonna be a good time tonight.
I wish I could say I was, but I'm not. I just had that bottle nearby.
Damn it to hell.
I have too much side stuff on this show to handle.
You do, but I'm trying. I'm learning here. I'm learning.
I've missed you. It's been weird being away for so long.
I know, but you're doing your thing, and honestly, I think it's good for you. I think it's good for you to go do something else that isn't the norm, you know? So when you do
And
come back, you're not going to be like this again. These people.
exactly. And I think we all need that variety every once in a while. You know, I've spent the last 2 weeks in rehearsals with the amazing cast down here. The New
Yeah.
Jersey Renaissance Fair opens this weekend, so I'm going to have that scrolling for a bit tonight.
Go see her, girl. Go see her.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I am playing the Lady Viola, also known as Master Cesario. I'm playing an Elizabethan drag queen, and I'm very excited. It's hard for me to be using my normal voice because I just did a stream a little while ago, and there was much more talking like this.
Shit.
Fancy this and shit.
Shit.
Exactly. But yeah, I should probably do my own who, what, where, shouldn't I?
If you want to. They know who you are. You're popular, girl.
That's true. They know me. The only real makeup tonight is Wet and Wild and Juvia's Place. I wanted to focus because I'm doing my makeup on the fair site, so I need to pack light.
Oh, cool.
And Juvia's Place has everything I need in one little palette.
Oh,
this palette
I forgot.
right here.
I lied. I'm using Juvia's Place too.
I'm using the Masquerade Mini.
Are you?
Are you at Juvia's Place too?
I'm doing, this is the Warrior 2.
Oh, nice.
But literally the entire face. You can do the whole face with it. The whole face.
I camp with this one, but I also have my Juvia's Place blush and, of course, my lip bar because I don't go anywhere without the lip bar. But everything on my eye is Juvia's Place.
The other one I got was the Saharan. It's called the Saharan.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Oh, that's lovely.
Some fun things. It's a lot lighter on the camera. There we go. Can show some of those colors.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, I haven't used it yet.
Orion just asked me a very important question. So your character is kind of like Viola from Twelfth Night. Yes. So the year of our fair is 1569. Shakespeare is only about 8 years old, so he hasn't written anything yet. So I thought to myself, what if I was the inspiration for Viola, a woman disguising herself as a man called Cesario. I'm just taking that and flipping it. Cesario is an actor who played women.
Shady.
Yeah, I came up with that all by myself.
Mm-hmm. Very Victor Victoria.
Mm-hmm. It's an idea I've wanted to do for a while, and I've chatted a lot with our good friend Elizabeth Hardon because she was doing a drag character at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, so I wanted to make sure we were just different enough. So I'm very mom. I'm very motherly, mom vibes, but every once in a while this voice comes out.
Oof.
Actually, as we found out earlier, this voice comes out every once in a while. But I'm classy and sophisticated on the stage.
Yeah. I can't do none of that shit.
But speaking of the Renaissance Fair, I kind of wanted to dedicate this episode to the Ren Fair just because it is such a huge part of my life. And we do have another guest that I would like to have join us. And we're just going to have a free-for-all tonight.
All right, let's tip them back. Here we go. Cheers.
All right, kids. I want to welcome to Inside the Drag Closet. She is one of my closest friends. She is also our Duchess at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, the Duchess of Northumberland. Put your hands together for Lady Elizabeth Percy. Where is she? There she is.
Good then, gentles. Are we still doing merch?
We are doing merch.
Because, you know, at the New Jersey Renaissance Festival, we also have merch.
Did that say huzzah?
It does right on the butt.
And
I love huzzah.
T-shirts. And this is just a thing that I have. I've been over here playing with myself.
This is just something that I have. I love it.
And you showed off your color palettes, and I have this. This is a Tool album. This is not. It just yours reminded me of this, so I went and grabbed it. This is just a Tool album. It's not makeup.
I love Tool.
That's amazing.
I'm a Muppet. And I do have, my wine is almost broken. Happy wine day. It's also Happy Towel Day.
It is Happy Towel Day.
You have towels for merch, and it is Towel Day.
And Wine Day?
And wine, yes. When you're drinking enough wine, you need a towel. But no, the Towel Day is for the writer of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Douglas Adams. I wouldn't say Neil Gaiman. I knew that was wrong. Yes, Douglas Adams. It's his birthday or death day. I don't know, but it's Towel Day. So happy Towel Day, everyone.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Dry yourself with these beautiful ladies' faces.
Yes. Put my face on your ass.
I knew that.
Clean up with our faces.
Take them to the beach and lie upon them.
And lie upon me.
I went to the beach last year with our dear friend Josh, who watches the show, and he had the Inside the Drag Closet towel. And I was like, is this weird? A little.
A little bit, yeah. A little.
Don't panic, carry a towel.
We're going to get random photos of people using our merch.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky, my wine is broken too. I'm just going to smile at a friend that's staying at my house and eating my food and wondering if she'll bring me wine.
So
she is also your towel. I'm not a towel, you're a towel. But yes, if you do have any questions about the New Jersey Renaissance Fair and myself or the good Lady Viola is not able to answer, I do have the general manager. I do have a person of the festival that knows a lot more than I do. Oh, I just stuck my finger in it. That's what he said.
That's how that's done.
So she will be able to assist with answers if we blank. So bring it.
Good. Get her out here.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. Oh, she's here. I'm looking at her. She just brought me wine. I'm eating lasagna. She's eating lasagna.
Jealous. I don't have any snacks up here. This is going to get real messy.
Right. So, since we're on Inside the Drag Closet, and since the Lady Elizabeth just got to see Amethyst perform for the first time, Lady Elizabeth, do you have any questions for Amethyst?
Well, first of all, I am Lady Elizabeth. I hail from Crossford, Northumberland, from the Castle Onyx, which, if you watch Harry Potter, Hogwarts was filmed in my home. And what am I wearing? I'm wearing some New York and Company clearance rack, paired with a lovely little bit of sparkle that my good Lady Viola did gift to me last year when she was Puck. And yes, that's my who, what, where for the moment. So questions. Oh my goodness. Yes, so I was just so excited because I had met Amethyst and Fancy, several months earlier, virtually through this magical portal thing we have. And, never in person. And then I got to see the show, a month ago or so? At King of Prussia Diner, which was delightful. I'm definitely going early next time and eating there to get a better seat. But so I finally got to see her in the flesh. So now that I've seen her in the flesh, I suppose my first question would be, how dare you?
Successfully.
Okay,
and confidently.
Excellent. Follow-up question. Who gave you permission for all of this?
She did. She did. She invited me here, honey. It's her fault.
I just want to share a picture from that night that just...
Look at us. Oh.
Pure sweaty joy.
Yes, lots of sweat. That place, it was hot.
It was very warm in there. And I got so, because a little imp, came by. He was like, "Oh, you want to say hi to the girls backstage?" I was like, "Oh, no, yes." And I ran back. And I see Jade getting ready, and I see Callie. I didn't know her. And there's Fancy, and Fancy's very very focused on the show, about to go on that she's hosting. And there's Amethyst. I'm like, "Oh, darling, I want this. You don't have to get up. I know everyone's getting ready. I don't want to make a big fuss." And then she stood up to hug me, and it was just like a like this. She's like, "There's a lot of me." I'm like, there's
a lot of me.
That's a huge bitch. It was yes.
Really big. I'm sorry. Actually, I did it myself.
You are a suspiciously tall woman.
Right. That's a huge bitch. You can say it. That's a huge bitch.
So we actually have a few questions coming in.
Why?
The first one
is all of us. It went from face to just breastplate. Like I was just talking to breastplate.
Right.
Hello, Thelma and Louise. How are you today?
They're taking a nap. These are my natural breasts tonight. Sorry about it.
I named mine Laverne and Shirley.
Thelma, Louise, Laverne, and Shirley. We need to have a comeback. We need to have a sitcom rerun of our breasts.
We do. We just take them on a road trip. See what happens.
God.
I don't know if I want to go on a road trip with Thelma and Louise. I know how that ended.
They go to Milwaukee and they meet Laverne and Shirley and they all live happily ever after.
Yay!
But in that version, we don't meet Brad Pitt.
True. So Joanne has an interesting question here, and this one's for me. Jade Davian, would you ever perform at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair? I did for 4 years. I was there 99 to 2002, 20 years ago, and and I am going back this year. I'm not really revealing what I'm doing yet, but I'm very excited about it. It's something people are not going to expect from me, but it's something I've wanted to do for ages, and I'm very honored for the opportunity to get a little dirty.
She's gonna be a man.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be dressed like a dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna dress like a fella. Which you'll see at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair, but only for opening court.
So come early and stay the whole day, because we have a lot going on. We have a jam-packed schedule, and as we were saying in the last video, we have a lot of acts, and they do repeat. I feel like we have fewer actual performers than we usually do, but they have more shows each, so you can really plan your day and see a lot more, which is amazing. But I do recommend coming early and staying longer, because you want to see Viola and Cesario, because it's just you pay one ticket and then you get two genders out of one actor. That's just math.
That's a lot.
That's a deal.
Is that all included in the price?
It is. You're leaving money on the table if you miss one of those.
You're leaving money on the table. Shut up.
I like wine.
I love her already.
The Duchess is brought to you by Tarun.
This is stuff we can't do on a fair day.
Right.
But yeah, this is the week one. This is one day. This is the schedule. So
and it's missing an event, because at 11:30, my husband and I will be doing a marriage advice show for the grown-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say 11 and 30? I love that.
Yes.
Yep.
Is period.
At 12 o'clock, Master Cesario will be at Fiddler's Green, transforming into the Lady Viola. Many people asked what I was actually doing about it. I'm actually going to be doing this out for people to watch.
In the heat.
Well, I'm under a tent, but yes, in the heat.
In the heat.
There's actually a question about that from Orion Angel. How do you deal with the heat at Renaissance festivals?
Water.
I try to help your segues by asking certain questions.
I appreciate that.
You're a professional.
But, Lady Elizabeth, how do you deal with the heat?
Water and pickles. So if you, I know. So here's the thing: if you're not already a devout fan of the Renaissance fairs, we call ourselves Rennies. If you're not already a Rennie, you might not understand the obsession with pickles. So something occurs in the pickling process, and there's electrolytes. There's electrolytes in pickles and pickle juice. So pickle juice is Rennie Gatorade. And it's weird at first, but then you just develop a taste for it. And now I love pickle juice. I will just drink that straight. Pickle juice with some ice. I love it. So, but yes, water, because I am going to wear a couch.
Well,
this is a diagram of me during a festival day.
Here, I've got pictures.
That's me. See, that is a couch. I'm wearing a couch. I skinned a couch. Well, my tailor skinned a couch. That's my lovely daughter. That's my family. I wanted an awkward family photo, and they obliged.
So you're like Lady Davenport.
That's it. Viola just got a last name.
Viola Davenport.
I like it.
Dubois.
Lady Dubois.
But yes, there's not much we can do about our attire, so just water. Drink water. Try to avoid the direct sunlight when you can, unless you're on the dais for Jousts and now chess.
I love it.
I stand in the air fryer.
True.
Yeah.
We got one more question here from Orion. How do you keep the tiaras on your heads?
Well, they usually come with little combs, or just a couple pins. It's perfectly easy, dog. Comes right off. Then you stick it right back on. Hi, Kyle Chandler Thomas. We love you. Thank you for tuning in at work. We're doing good.
Oh.
Look at all the
Estee Lauderdale, Lady Davenport of Raymore and Flanagan.
Ha! Did you get your Amethyst Diamond t-shirt yet, girl? Did you get your tank top with my face on it? You put it on your body.
This is what annoys me about how quickly a news. It's like, all right, you know what? This I got to do this out of voice because it doesn't make sense in voice. It annoys me about our news cycle that moves so fast because I had a really good joke that I could tell one night and then it was already too old to tell because I was it was like a few years ago and I was selling a couch and a dude wouldn't buy my couch because it was like over 10 years old. And I was like, all right, Roy Moore and Flanagan.
Not Roy Moore.
That happened.
I have to share our video. I forgot. Did you all share the video yet? All of you watchers out there? And let's give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers as well while we're at it. We love you guys. We have some more content on the way for you. I'm super excited to show you. I have no idea what it is, but I am so happy to share the content that you have coming. Oh my God.
That's true. I'm hoping someone catches me doing my makeup. Today I was kind of workshopping it because I have 45 minutes. I did this in 30.
Right.
I channeled the spirit of Christina Kelly.
God bless. You channel Christina Kelly. Honey, you're gonna be haunted for life.
She's haunting my Davenport.
She is. She's haunting your Davenport. I love it.
Jess has another question here. It's another fair-related question.
Hi, Jess.
It is, any interesting behind-the-scenes fair tea or best fair stories?
Ooh, that's y'all two. You go ahead. I'm going to share our video while y'all talk about that.
Go ahead.
I was about to say, you go ahead.
Not really tea per se. You know, we at the New Jersey Renaissance Faire, we click very well. They actually thought about many years ago, we had a production company come in because they wanted to do a reality TV show with us. And it never went anywhere because we all get along.
It's true. I've definitely heard some horror stories from other festivals that don't get along, and you know, theater people are theater people. But here we all do just pretty much love each other. Would you like to come in for a spot? This is Melissa. We love her.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
I was going to say that we don't really have any tea, but there was a lake joust one time. And that's kind of unique.
We had two people in boats try to joust each other.
After a kid's day, it was super, super hot. And after everyone else had left, the two knights got into boats, and then the cast members rowed at each other very, very slowly. And that was our lake joust.
And even today, our site crew,
she just showed me that video.
Yeah, they were on the joust field on their gaiters, riding at each other with brooms, jousting on John Deere gaiters.
We have a ton of fun. It's just, it's almost always not mean-spirited or, hateful, of course. I'm going to go ahead and tell this story of my just...
I might sit down, actually, because I was about to call people, and then I was like, nah, this is fun.
I would have
come and join us.
So we have two jousts during the day, and we have two jousts, and the first joust we tend to call it the ladies' joust. And before my schedule went completely bonkers, I would go, and now I just have too much crap going on. I'm like, I've got a daughter for this crap. And so it used to be, this one, myself, and whoever else we had on there. And one year we were doing a Shakespeare theme. So this one is Puck. And as everyone knows, Puck doesn't really have a species or a gender or a defined preference. So there we are, just talking smack. Because everyone's watching
It's a joust. You don't root for somebody.
It's a joust. You see it the first time, you see it the 8th time. And so we're just up there talking smack about what we watched last night, an interaction we had earlier, that guy's wearing a shirt that he shouldn't. And then we just noticed that Puck isn't in the conversation with us. And we look over, like, oh, we're being mean. We should include. We look over, and this one is hitting on the horses. Like, because the horse runs towards us and then turns around and then starts back the other way, to do the next part. And he's just like, hey, come here often. Come here often. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, whatever, you're fat. Like, as soon as the horse turns to run the other way, he's just like, whatever, I didn't want to talk to you anyway, bitch. Like,
nay.
And that just it made my millennia. It was just so stupid, and I loved it.
I love a good stupidity.
Yeah, there are so many good moments like that doing Ren fairs. It's just sort of like, and it just came to me because after reading Midsummer and loving that story, like Puck was a shapeshifter. Puck would pretend to be a female horse and seduce male horses, and I was like, why is that part of the story? But whatever. And then I was like,
wish I could do that.
What?
I wish I could do that.
Flirt with horses?
You can.
Your interpretation is yours. Interpret it how you'd like.
If Puck isn't Loki, then they've definitely hooked up.
Right.
They've definitely hooked up.
Yeah, Puck is totally Loki.
Same. Yeah.
But there's so many moments, and then like after you've done it for a while, you don't even notice some of the things. You don't even realize, like, oh, this is a thing that can only happen here. Like, you'll be at a parade, and your friend will be like, oh, I don't know her. And you'll say, oh, she's a bubble fairy. And your friend will point out that that's not a common thing to say out loud.
You don't say that? Is it rude to call someone a bubble fairy?
No, she's not something that usually comes up in conversation. I get to be the manager on call, and I get to walk around with a radio, and someone will be like, hey, can anyone find the leprechaun? And I'll be like, this is Melissa. Yeah, I have eyes on the leprechaun. Do you need me to send him over to the joust field? Like, that's a normal conversation.
Okay, because I'm going to use that like in the future. Like if somebody pisses me off, I'll be like, fuck you, you bubble fairy.
Very different in this context, I guess.
Bubble fairy.
I mean, spend some time with the Duke and I. We love some insults.
That's why I love that you guys have a show this year. I really want to see it.
I'm so excited for it. We're doing marriage advice. It's going to get weird.
Jade, we're going to get another Patreon subscriber. Isn't that awesome?
What?
Jess Evans is going to be our new Patreon subscriber.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that nice? Thank you, Jess, so much. And we encourage all of you to subscribe to our Patreon. We have some private content on there that we don't stream anywhere else but on our Patreon. So if you want to see us acting a fool backstage, or learning how to put your lips on, or how we place a crown on our head, or just a tour of our closet, or just watching us do our makeup, or just watching us make coffee in the morning, it's for you. And for a minimum of $5, or there's really no maximum, wink, you can just get on there and we can be friends, and I'll tell you stories, and we'll just be pen pals and shit. And you'll be like, what was that word? Bubble what? What was it? A
Bubble fairy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be bubble fairies together. It'll be really cute. It'll be a great time.
I tried to wink and it looked like I had a stroke, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
I don't have the eyelashes for this show.
I've got a whole box. I got rainbow tinsel. You want rainbow tinsel?
Yeah.
Is that the new daddy? That's very bubble fairy.
That's very
That's very bubble fairy.
Bubble fairy. Look at that bubble fairy. Look at the fairy on that bubble.
Look at the fairy on that bubble, not the bubble on that fairy.
Look at the bubble on that fairy. Absolutely.
So, I don't know if this is an all right story to tell, but
Sure
the good lady and I were discussing certain terminology, and we were discussing the word fairy, and after discussing it for a moment, then we got on another topic, as we tend to do, and we came back, and she said something, and for a moment I forgot about homophobia, and I thought she was concerned about offending the fae, like the wee people. I thought that she was saying that fairy, that mayhaps the small people that control the weather would not like the term fairy.
No, she's talking about fags.
I know. I had that moment of like, I think you're being a little too sensitive about this. And I was like, oh, right. Right.
He's like, we're just pretending, right?
Well, it's funny. We've been talking about this for a while. The Ren Fair is, there's a couple different demographics for a Ren Fair. You've got the loyalists who have been going to Ren Fair for years, but the sense of humor hasn't evolved as much. And then you've got the new kids.
That's where we're at. It's
right.
Mullets and some
right.
Mullets are back.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's 1569 for me. Yeah. So what do I know?
Come on, mullet.
One thing I really appreciate about the New Jersey Fair is we are busting our butts to be welcoming of everybody who comes in that gate. And we have been, playing a character like this is really a huge step toward acceptance in a weird way, even though I'm playing something historic and he would have been married. He probably would have, he would have been poor, first of all, because actor. Art is imitating life so much right now. But
how about that Patreon?
How about that Patreon? Actually, that to our Patreon subscribers, you have actually helped us a great deal. This week, we sponsored the tent for the performers to change in for Central Pennsylvania Pride. Thanks to sponsorships and people helping us out, we donated to pay for the tent. So at Central Pennsylvania Pride this year, Inside the Drag Closet will have its own booth. The goal is to live stream all day. They're trying to figure out the electricity for us right now.
Yeah.
So that's a tricky thing. So worst comes to worst, we will still have our booth. Amethyst and I will be alternating times. I think Anastasia is going to be popping by too. She has another obligation that day, but she still wants to stop in and help out. Sadly,
we have our Vicky and Robin. We have our Vicky and Robin. Vicky and Robin have our backs as well.
Yep, they're going to be helping us out. Sadly, you know what? This is our anniversary show. This is 2 years we've been doing this show.
Wow.
Tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right, because last year was your anniversary, and you were downstairs then as well. And that, not to break the fourth wall, I'm above him right now. He's downstairs.
I can hear the two of them.
You always spend the anniversary in the basement. That makes me real happy.
Well, because for their first show, it was in my. I was. It wasn't. I was. He was. Jade was home, and I was sitting on the couch in my old apartment with very much shorter hair, as a woo girl. Woo.
But since it is our anniversary show, we would have had Anastasia here, but she is on her way to New Orleans right now. But she did send a lovely picture.
Let's prank call her. Can you prank call her right now? I want to prank call her so bad.
Do it.
Hello, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
Well, you better let him out.
Isn't he dead?
You like salted dick?
I mean, isn't he? Nope.
Do you have Prince Albert in a can? That's weird. That's a piercing.
And this is content we won't be doing on a fair day.
Yeah, we will.
We got to get the
Yeah,
yayas out now while we can.
Yep. We were getting a bunch of fair questions. I want to know, Amethyst, do you have any questions about Ren fairs? This is kind of a weird inversion of our show tonight.
It is because
like
I'm familiar with the Ren fairs in the area, but I have never attended one. Never ever. I know Lady Elizabeth is about to die from consumption.
I mean, goodness knows whether or not you have any availability for the next 2 weekends, but I can put you on will
does
call.
not.
Okay, that's what I figured.
I've barked up that tall tree.
Yeah, I need to make sure that next year I schedule time so I can actually come and attend the fair. So let me think. I'm assuming that it's a lot like drag, like it's a persona that you're putting on, for an entire day. Do you ever find it difficult to separate yourself from that at the end of a day?
Yeah.
Or do you just find yourself still talking in this different, accent all the time? Like
sometimes we do have a phrase. If you get stuck in accent and you just can't break yourself out of it, we do have a phrase that works every time. Would you like to?
There's beer in the pickup truck. You can say it in other accents. Sometimes it works for Scottish, which is weird. But
you have to try really hard to say, there's beer in the pickup truck.
Yeah. It's a very American phrase.
Yes.
Especially when you go a step further and go, there's beer in the pickup truck.
Yes. Because it's just, and also the accent is from a different part of your mouth. So it is just one of those that just forces yourself. I don't have that problem so much because as soon as the laces are loosened and that poop hits the ground.
I bet.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure you both kind of experienced that too.
You know a bodice-gasm.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a corset-gasm. If you wear a corset, then you take it off and you're just like, oh, thank God I can have tacos now.
You're like, son of a whole bitch.
Mine's like, ooh, I can feel my internal organs and I have to pee.
Yep.
Everything's back again.
I've done shows in Louisiana where we were gifted drinks on stage, and then after I finish the show, I take my corset off and then immediately get drunk. It's very strange. We're like, oh, let's do shots. And it's been an hour. And then suddenly everything actually gets through my esophagus after I take the corset off. And I'm like, I'm not driving. This is great.
There'll be times during the day when my Lord husband is like, oh, are you hungry? Would you like to have our lunch now? And I'm like, I can't feel my internal organs. Probably.
You'll swallow it. It won't go anywhere. It'll just stay there. You're like, no room. Sorry, we're closed. Put neck down.
I have tied recently, thank goodness I haven't done this in a long time, but there was a point where I was tying my corset too tight and my ribs would go numb throughout the day. So that was a whole experience. I was like, oh, why can't I feel my nipples anymore? This is wrong.
One of your ladies, we were getting ready for a Pennsylvania fair day.
Yes.
Together. And she's a former Marine and she was annoyed. Like she Dr. Keys in her car. Something had happened, and she was annoyed. And I thought that was a great time to be like, "Hey, can you tighten my corset for me?" We got a block down the road, and I was like, "You have to pull over. I have to loosen this. I'm going to die."
Yeah,
she's.
That's Lady
I just found a wonderful picture of Melissa. Just to share with everybody.
Yeah!
Oh, the Lady Morgan.
That's my Morgan outfit. Yeah. And that, thank God, over time, after 9 years of doing that performance and that character, I have learned that wearing a couch isn't always great. So I have a dress that only weighs 10 pounds instead of 40.
Thank God.
Get out.
Sorry.
Get out. Just go.
You do it 2 weekends a year, and I do it 30.
Oh,
I'm just saying I'm prepared.
More questions.
More questions.
Questions.
We're getting a lot of really good questions.
Amethyst kind of looks like the Kelly's queen wig.
Yes. Oh my god, that thing was so weird.
It was.
That was such a weird wig. I don't know why we did that, but I was like, you know what? She's big now.
That's but right. it's in Our Flag Means Death. The French she had the same wig.
Oh my god!
But she had these weird baby hairs that made me angry.
I'm obsessed with that show. If anyone hasn't watched that show yet, please.
I need to watch the Gay Pirate Show.
Oh you do need to watch the Gay Pirate Show.
Bubble fairies.
Friday, I'm strapping you to the couch and I'm putting that on, and then I'm working from home.
I'm listening.
Nice. I didn't know where that was going, but I liked it. So where did it go? There was another question in here. We did get a couple questions. How do we deal with the heat? And this is something we can all respond to. Whether it's performing outside at a Pride event or doing a Ren Fair day. I haven't done a test run outside in this yet.
And your one suggestion of the antiperspirant on the forehead, I'm a little afraid to do that as the Duchess, because between the hours that I'm in costume and the fact that everything else is so constricting, like I have one dress that this is as far as I can raise my arms.
So you kind of need to sweat.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it's your body has to do something at some point.
And there's only so much skin somewhere. There's only so much skin that's available on her outfit because she has like full length sleeves and she has like the full dress that goes down to the floor. So she's basically got like a little V right here and her face, and that's it.
At my age, I have a little V.
I know. Jade has a big D and a little V.
Thanks for noticing.
I've had a lot of children, and some of them have survived.
And some of them were very large.
Well, and the funny thing about this whole conversation, even the family photo, she's not related to any of those people in real life.
Yeah,
but they do look like they should be.
Yeah.
Look. Well, the one to the left, my dear Elizabeth Jr. She will make the joke of she's very fastidious about her sunscreen, because if she's not, no one will believe she's my kid. She can tan to a beautiful olive. Oh. I can tan to eggshell.
I've had second-degree sunburns. I'm that pale.
Yeah, I had weeping. Yeah, it's Casper or lobster. Those are your options.
Not even a warm beige.
No. I mean, I'm a warm beige, and then I just burn. Yeah, it's
La Beige.
Yes.
We shall call you La Beige.
Yes, I'm good for it.
I am English meat. If you boil me, I just turn gray.
Your own bangers and mash.
Bangers and mash.
All right, for those of you hearing her just remember, she sings really well.
I do.
She has a very lovely singing voice.
That's all I'm good for.
I like singing. When I sing, I am definitely the person in the room having the most fun.
Sing.
I'm not here to be funny. I'm just here to be informative and try to make
You're doing great, though. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
This has been amazing. So back onto drag topics for a hot second.
Yes.
Derek would like to know, have you heard about the announcement of RuPaul's newest show called Big Mother? It is Big Brother, but with former Ru girls.
I would watch the snot out of that.
Ooh, that sounds...
You know, RuPaul needs to calm down.
At the same time, she doesn't. I want a streaming service
of just
all of Ru, because here's the thing: I can no longer be bothered to know what show is on at what time, because I'm a streaming girl. I like to stream, and now like I have to like pay to see Drag Race every year. That's just stupid. Like,
yeah.
Estee Lauderdale's comment, finally an outfit for Jujubee to be seen.
Oh.
Estee Lauderdale, I followed you on Facebook and I have not regretted it. You are a stitch. You are a stitch and a half.
I just have a question about how many bathrooms would that house have to have in order for everyone to get ready throughout the show?
It depends on how many queens there are, because 5 more than however many there are.
Like a cat box?
Well, hey, you don't want to pee in the same room you're doing your makeup in. That's just gauche.
Honey, it has happened.
I've done them both at the same time.
How?
Same.
I mean, it wasn't fun, but I had to.
It was kind of old messy too, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, but
that's fine.
Going back to sweating on a fair day, Shane Fetro, who used to dress up as Queen Elizabeth at the Pennsylvania Fair, uses milk of magnesia for their face.
Oh.
To what end? To help the makeup stay or to stop sweating?
Both.
I think it stops sweating.
It's a great.
I really feel like I need to be able to sweat.
Oh no.
So weird tip that I got from one of your girls.
Yes.
I put panty liners or maxi pads in the. I use them as dress guards. I stick them, and it's great because they stick. So I stick them in the armpit of my bodice because I have one dress that you can't wash, and even if you can wash them, it's just get ahead of the problem. And I mean, ladies used to do it when we used to wear dresses more often. They called them dress guards. They were great. But yeah, I do that. And whenever anyone asks me in the dressing room, I always say, "What? They told us to dress, period."
Oh, God. See, I'm not even that bad. She just go long way.
But whatever. It's a good trick. It keeps
I'm gonna try that.
It keeps you a lot drier, and it keeps your dress not completely disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I use the costumer's trick of alcohol and water mixed together in like a Febreze bottle, and you spray stuff at the end of the day, and that helps take the stink out of stuff.
Like
water.
Vodka water.
Everclear, like
Everclear.
the highest alcohol content, clear grain alcohol, and if you can get like peppermint oil or something, and then just spritz that, it's ye old dry cleaning, because the alcohol evaporates fast. So as it evaporates, it takes all the stinky molecules or whatever. I don't know how science.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. Like, especially like when I'm traveling for a whole weekend. Like I said, I haven't been home in, I'm only home for 2 days this entire week. So I'm doing all my laundry and trying to refreshen everything and get everything clean. Like, that's good to know, because, whether you're doing a fair or you're doing drag, like you're sweating, and, the stuff that we wear sometimes is kind of hard to launder, especially if you're not home. You know what I mean? So
mine's a couch. Yours is 4-way stretch. It happens.
Right.
Especially with the sequins and whatnot. You can't
just throw that in. Yeah.
Right.
Maxi pads before, Everclear and peppermint oil afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And the peppermint oil will keep the bugs away if you're doing shows in the woods.
Yep. And
or if you're not in the woods and you just have bugs.
Keep the lice away, I guess.
Yeah. We most fairs do have more wilderness around them, so you have the occasional lice issue, or not lice, ticks,
and a lot of yellow jackets. Yellow jackets are the bane of festivals.
And leeches.
What?
And leeches.
And leeches.
Well, they're good. You put those on your skin, and they cure all sorts of ailments, because sometimes you just have too much blood in you.
It happens. I have a story about bugs, and it's not that bad. So I was doing a show in Alabama in September, And that's when love bug season is.
Oh, yes. We don't have those up here.
No.
Down south has love bugs.
So they're basically like little tiny, almost moth-looking things. And what they do to mate is they attach at the lower part of their abdomen, and then they just fly around together like this, and then they die. And that's pretty much it.
That's why they're called love bugs, because they're pretty much always mating.
Yeah.
And they're very sticky. And yeah, during a certain year, like you will just have them all over the front of your vehicle.
Yeah. So we were in a show in Alabama that was in an old cornfield. And
like you do.
We got, there's a beaver story too, but we got, I'll get there. We were there in September, love season. It's 95 degrees out. My makeup is just pouring down my face no matter what I did to set it. And then there were love bugs everywhere, and they're flying at me because I'm warm. And one of them flew down my top during a show. And then one of my other ladies was like, hang on, I'll get it. And in the middle of the show, just dives into my cleavage with both hands, starts like scooping out whatever she can. And we're all in the middle of the show, just like, but I screamed bloody murder because it just was like right down into the, imagine a stink bug just flying down into your boobs. It's not fun.
Gross.
Yeah, it was awful.
It's like mayflies.
But the beaver story, yes, like mayflies, yeah.
The beaver story was later that night after a few rounds.
So at the same show, this show has a lot of great stories. At the same show, there is a small creek nearby. This is the Alabama Musical Fantasy Fair, which is an awesome show and one of the first shows that I ever saw trans people performing at a Renaissance fair. Very openly trans. They're on stage. They're on cast. Like they're great. They're really wonderful folks. So there's a creek nearby the show, and there was a nuisance beaver that kept coming onto the grounds and was like eating parts of stages. So being Alabama, they
is nuisance beaver. Is that a breed of beaver?
It's like Bubbleberry. It's like Bubble. You're a nuisance beaver.
Yes, Bubbleberry and nuisance beaver are the two things you get to walk
I'm
away
effectively
with.
changing my drag name to
Call me at
nuisance
the
beaver.
Delta Tell Delta House.
I have got to write this down. Hold on. I need a pen.
Yeah. So being Alabama, and this is the most Alabama thing that I think I've ever seen.
I'm still confused.
So there was a beaver on site.
Yes.
So they shot it on Saturday and then cooked it on Sunday and fed it to patrons.
Whoa.
All right. Well, that's normal. That's normal plot of the story.
And so I went, yes. So I go
and
on,
if it was Lent, if it was Lent,
it was freaking Lent. It was March, and they were like, "Oh, it's okay. You can have the beaver. It's a fish." And I was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
No, you can only have the tail.
Really? No,
Yes,
freaking
yes. You look it up, people. So
Catholic.
in Lent. In Lent. So a beaver, the body is still meat, but the tail
is
is a fish.
because it's Lent.
So because it swims.
All I
And
can
we're
tell you
done here. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I go up to the living history area and they were like, "Oh yeah, we shot a beaver yesterday, so I decided to cook it." And I was like, "Wait a minute, am I eating beaver?" And she's like, "You're eating braised beaver right now." So I walk on stage and I'm like, "Ladies, you'll never guess what I'm eating." And they're like, "Well, it looks like meat." And I was like, "Yes, I'm eating braised beaver, and it's fine because it's Lent and it's a Sunday." And they're looking at me like, "What?
You Sunday is cheat day though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
you could have eaten anything. You could have eaten a human being on Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday. Friday.
Cannibalism.
Friday you can't have meat.
You can't eat beef at the
I
Ren
ate
Fair.
at a show. That's all. Eating beaver at Ren Fair. Yep.
Eating beef at the Ren Fair.
Can I just have like one more? This is so stupid. Can I have one more? This is so
Go
stupid.
for it. This is
Okay,
good.
very briefly, same show, first year. They had a drone that was taking film of the festival grounds because they wanted to use it for promotional purposes.
It was a nuisance drone.
It was a nuisance drone. It was. And they decided to fly the drone during the Birds of Prey show. And this Lanner Falcon was trained to take down drones at airspaces, and they didn't talk beforehand. So they're flying this drone around during the middle of a bird show, which was a stupid idea to begin with. This falcon, I've never seen this before, but this beautiful bird of prey flies up into the air and starts hovering over top of this drone. And all I hear on mic is the guy who actually handles the bird saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, this bird is trained to take down drones. Can someone make that stop. And then all I hear is, oh no. And the bird drives down, hits the drone. It spins into a circle and flies apart like a Lego toy as it just crashes to the ground. And then the bird just very subtly goes back to its owner and just lands right on his arm like it's no big deal. And I was like, I've never seen that happen live in my life. This bird just like sniped a drone. It was amazing.
I want to see that.
Right?
I don't trust birds.
And it was his own dang fault. And he was just like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have been flying that during your show. I'm glad that your bird is okay. And he's like, I'm so sorry that I took down your like $2,000 drone with my Lanner Falcon that's trained to do so. But yeah.
It's just smart.
Weird stuff happens at fair. That's all.
It's true.
Eating a beaver. Drone footage.
Another question.
So, Amethyst, as someone who hasn't been to a fair before, is this everything you thought it would be?
It makes me want to go to one because I want to see bubble fairies and falcons that attack machinery.
Yes. It's worth it.
I just want to point out that I got yelled at for saying raw dogging mayonnaise, but this one can talk about eating beaver all day long.
It's an actual beaver.
I know.
You can raw dog mayonnaise.
They have a whole warning
this is not a
before
family
this shit. The other one was supposed to be family friendly.
Last year, so we didn't have a lot of rehearsals because we were still worried about COVID, which we still are. We're still being very cautious.
Yep.
But because of that, we did a lot of, online interviews like this. We used my StreamYard to get everything done. And, we tried to keep it very kid friendly. And then one evening, where I don't even remember how it came up.
Family friendly because on the show we had my husband and my daughter. Therefore, of course, it was family friendly.
Because you were all a family.
And we were all a family. And we had the good Shakespeare. And look, it's basically the makings of an aristocrat's joke. But so we were just talking in general. We were talking about a lot of different things. And the good Master Shakespeare started talking about snacks. We all love snacks. And he was talking about dipping chips into mayonnaise. And not chips like the good English Duchess would mean like you
French
people
fries.
chips. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that would be me chips, you chips. The ones that come in a bag.
Oh, like
I'm
Tostitos.
hungry now.
No, like potato chips, like Lay's, like.
Sorry, I picked the wrong brand.
It's fine. Whatever. So, and he was just talking about like dipping them into mayonnaise, and I was like, no, I know like a lot of chips are a lot of dips are mayonnaise based, but you have to dress it up a little. You can't just dip I was like, surely you mean like a flavored? He's like, no, just like a plain Lay's chip into mayonnaise. Yes. And I said, no, you cannot do that. You can't just go raw dogging mayonnaise. And we could have just let the moment transpire. But my lord husband said, hold a moment. Did you just say raw dogging mayonnaise? And I said, yes. And I stand by it to this day that you can't just do that. And then this one is in the backstage chat going, get on a different topic. You can't say that. I'm like,
you're like, raw dog Hellman's, bitch.
I stand by. You can't just go raw dogging mayonnaise. And I need to find there's a southern brand. You don't see it up here much.
Dukes.
There's a brand of mayonnaise called Dukes. Also, fun fact: the Duke hates mayonnaise.
Oh, you just want to give him a mayonnaise jar?
Did I tell you what I did last year?
You got like yogurt or something.
I did the yogurt and the in the mayonnaise jar trick to him. We were having lunch and I brought it out and I'm just chasing around backstage, eating spoonfuls of it. And someone was like, they're like, it's probably not mayonnaise. He's like, oh no, I can smell the vanilla, and she would never commit to a bit this hard, but it's still disgusting.
There's vanilla in it?
Well, because it was vanilla yogurt.
You like pour out the jar and then put that in instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm not even offended by that because no, I won't eat spoonfuls of mayonnaise just to upset you.
If you're in the South, you can raw dog Duke all day.
I want that on a t-shirt. It says that on the front and then inside the drag closet on the back with your faces.
Yes. It's like
in the correct way, not this way, this way.
You need all kinds of
we like it long ways, not wide ways.
Yes.
Or like, listen here, Bubble Fairy. That needs
listen here, Bubble Fairy. Down south in Alabama, you can raw dog the Duke all day.
Right.
Talk around and get raw dog inside the dry closet.
Right before you eat some beaver.
Right. Wow. On a Sunday.
Only on Sunday.
You can eat beaver as long as it's a Sunday.
Yep.
I'm hungry. Can we get some food? Can we order a pizza?
Let's order a pizza.
Let's order a pizza.
We do have more questions.
Oh, good.
I think anyone watching this right now has a lot of questions.
Yes.
Jersey. All right, so this they won't show on the schedule as an asterisk. We have an adult stage. It is the lakeside stage. When you walk in and across the lake, it's the yellow and white stage. You have to go all the way around the lake. It's not that big of a festival.
I think our online program has updated it since then. So
it does have.
Yeah, so we do have, like it says, adult show for Chase Treasure for 2 of our performances. And I don't think there's much else in terms of adult.
Yes.
And then there's our after hours concerts. So we do
the after hours ones.
Those are very adult.
They go off the rails. There's a show at 11:30 on the lakeside stage. That is me and my darling husband doing a marriage advice show. And then at 3 o'clock at the Vista stage, there are whiskey tastings. There is an upcharge for that you can get on the line, or you can get it at the festival at the wherever you would buy mead and beer from the South Jersey Celtic Society. You can get tickets for the whiskey tasting, and that show definitely goes off the rails. Oh, it's billed as PG-13, and we like to serve your expectations.
And whiskey.
A number of years ago, we used to do the Duke's Feast, and one year it was all rented out for friends of ours. They were doing a vow renewal, I think.
Yes. Yeah. They were renewing their vows, and they decided to do that with us. And I was so happy that we could do that. So happy that they wanted us to do that for them.
Mm-hmm. And I remember I went up that day because they were all people I knew, and that was during one of my downtimes. So I go up, and we're having a good time. And the Duke, because we were all very familiar, is just like, all right. You know who we are. We know who you are. There is a good chance you're going to have at least 7 F-bombs and full frontal nudity. And he just referred to me, and I was just like, fuck.
It's true. It was like, you were playing your great grandfather, Edward Devere that year.
Yep.
Yes. So it was just like, all right, full frontal or F-bomb, and you were like, fuck. Yeah. I love that our second weekend always falls on the first weekend of Pride Festival. So all of our I guess the punchline to the punchline, where someone would usually say that's what she said or whatever, and second weekend is always Happy Pride. Yeah. As soon as something can be taken 2 ways, it's Happy Pride.
Ooh, that's inappropriate. I was eating beaver. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
Yay.
Ta-da.
And a week early, but to all the viewers, Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Happy Pride. Beaver, you bubble.
Happy Pride.
Yay.
Remember, when celebrating Pride Month this year, buy from independent artists. Don't buy big corporate stuff that slapped a rainbow on everything. Thank you.
That's right. Just because it's rainbow doesn't mean it's for us.
Or this ridiculous Juneteenth ice cream.
Oh, God, that's been weird.
What the hell is Juneteenth ice cream?
So Walmart, there's no way to rectify that.
Nope.
So the problem is they put the T at work. The problem from my very white cis straight view is they put the TM after Juneteenth, like they were trying to trademark the word Juneteenth. And it was like, oh, Wally World. You.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Because if they just made a Juneteenth ice cream, great, super. Everybody else is, so fine. But it was Juneteenth TM, and it was just like.
But what flavor is Juneteenth?
Red velvet with cream cheese swirl, which I need in my body right now.
I'm okay with that. Okay.
Yes. So there's another one I posted, and it's
as long as it wasn't like extra dark chocolate fudge ripple.
There's one, and it's also sold at Walmart, and it is the same flavor,
but it's a black creator.
But it is a black owned company, and
they have pizza flavored ice cream.
Is what?
Pizza flavored ice cream.
Oh, pizza flavored ice cream?
Ew, I couldn't do that.
Pizza flavored ice cream.
It doesn't taste like it tastes like chicken. If you want
chicken chips. I need some chicken chips.
Ooh, chicken chips. I got chips in the other room.
And a biscuit. I'm hungry.
And we're back to pickles.
You have Rennie's in the same room. We're gonna come back to pickles.
Yeah.
Yep. Speaking of which, we actually got a question, kind of mixing drag and the Ren Fair together, from Estee Lauderdale. I have a question. Just like in drag, your interactions with the crowd can make a show great or a nightmare. How does the crowd influence your performance at the fair?
Go for it, guys.
Of course, it's a good question.
I will say that one of the number one things that affects a crowd at a Renaissance fair, because we are performing outside, is the weather. So I have had great performances that have been very lucrative, where people have tipped me a ton of money, but I still refer to them as heat sets, because anything above 85 degrees, the audience will just stare at you. And it's not that they don't enjoy it. They're having a great time. They're having a really, they're really engaged in the performance, but they have absolutely no energy to be able to give back to you. So that's always difficult when it's really, really hot, or when it's really cold and rainy, to be able to, just keep moving forward without having that energy to get back. Oh, and she just put
right
ice cream flavor in the comments.
I put it in the private chat, because let's support Black-owned companies. All right, back to Elizabeth.
So heat's
a thing. I've had so many people that are like, "Oh yes, I've met you. I met you at the Jersey Fair when you were the Duchess." I'm like, "Look, darling, if you meet me as the Duchess at the fair, I'm hot. I need water, and I have to pee. That's what's going in my brain at all times. I want to make people laugh. I want to interact, but at the time, I'm hot. I'm thirsty, and I have to pee. At all times. Look at that mug. That's a beautiful mug."
If you're thirsty.
Because you run into all sorts, and you really don't know. Sometimes you have an inkling, but you really don't know what the bag is, what you're going to shake out of the bag. And because some people are fun and sweet, some people are fun and bawdy. Sometimes that bawdiness goes a little too far. And I have no problem putting someone in their place. I actually, I used to read people for filth at the drop of a hat, and I backed off of it because I had an interaction with one person shortly after. All right, so in my college days, I would read people for filth, and it is the legacy that I left behind. And now when I go back to visit friends, and there was someone who had heard about me, and he was kind of like egging me on to like, and I had like, it was like 24 hours no sleep, and I just wanted to have a beer and hang out with my kiki with my Judy, and he was just trying me. He was just trying me. I'm just like, he's like, oh, come on, they would call me Josie. Come on, Josie. I'm like, he's like, you have nothing for me. I'm like, how does that make you feel? And then I watched. It was shortly after that I watched a documentary about Betty Page. Mm-hmm. And there were these men that was just like, oh, don't you want to punish us? Oh, how does that make you feel? And I had just this like moment of clarity that some men like it.
True.
So now I don't abuse strangers, because they might like it.
You should.
That's fair.
And
That makes
I
total
don't want to
sense.
contribute to that. But there are some people, such as, without naming names, there's one man that will bow to me, and I will say, "Oh, rise you," and he will say, "Oh, I was risen since you walked up."
Then kick him in the jaw.
I want to see that.
So
I do too.
come to New Jersey Renaissance Fair. I might kick someone in the jaw.
I'll back you up. I'm like, I'm so sorry, he fell on the pavement. I don't know what happened.
I'm winking for a reason.
I totally kicked someone in the jaw. It's awesome. So yes, and I mean,
I totally don't endorse that. I totally don't endorse that.
Kick him in the jaw.
But then I think the next day that we're all congregated, and he came up and he opened his mouth to speak. And I was like, "Hey, oh, hey, keep that thought, keep that thought. Now throw it away. Throw it away."
Nice.
And then
he was just like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, throw it away." And I just kept doing that until he awkwardly backed away.
That leads to this next question that Orion just asked. How do you keep yourself safe from drunk, belligerent, or patrons who are just being inappropriate? Patrons are going to be inappropriate. It's the same at a drag show. You're always going to have that person who doesn't understand. You know, with drag, I'm dealing with both of those this year, I guess. You always have that girl that's like, "I want to get a picture because I'm so fun." Who will put her arm around you and inevitably pull your hair. And I gotta find some pins for this. But that's part of the reason I'm wearing a snood this year, because I was like, this wig is pretty long. We're not dealing with that.
Are they called a snood?
It's called a snood.
It's a funny word.
It is so comfortable. Do try to put it in a bun or something, because if you just like pull it up and flop it into a snood, it gets so tangled.
And it gets stuck in there and it pops out of the little holes.
So yeah, don't raw dog your snood.
Yeah. Don't raw dog your snood.
Right.
I did ask the other week if you wore inserts, or if you just raw dogged your heels, and I'm still not sorry about it. So for drunk people, we have a little bit more room to play with than you do at most drag shows, because most drag shows, it's in a bar or a larger place, but like we have the whole festival. So if someone is being inappropriate, I just fuck off. I'm just like, "Oh, this has been great, but I have legs that work." So
yeah.
And we say yes, and we say, be courteous, be noble, whatever. If they're being jerks, we don't have to be nice to you. It's not in our contract. We can just be like, "Hey, you're gross." And probably not, we won't get to that point, but you don't have to stay with someone who's making you uncomfortable. If we try to corral the drunks into one area, we are a very family friendly fair, so we don't get the level of drunks that some other festivals do.
Good Lord.
Yes. Just knocking wood for that. And if someone's being inappropriate, even if they're sober, drunk, whatever, if they're being inappropriate, we just tell them to just get away from them. Get away from them. If they follow you, you can tell security, you can tell someone with a walkie-talkie. Yeah,
I will say from a manager standpoint, we have a really great security team that are very highly labeled this year. I'm very excited that they all get their own t-shirts. So we do our best to keep our people as safe as possible. And I feel like I'm sure that happens a lot at Pride events and stuff too, that I'm sure you've got a lot of hangers on, and that's, if you have a security team, you can rely on them. That's what they're there for. They're being paid to keep people safe. And if you don't feel safe, then let them know.
Yeah.
And when I got into cosplay, my friend suggested to find an action pose. They're like, carry a big weapon and have an action pose. So when creeps would want pictures with you, "Oh, that's great. Here's my action pose. Get a picture with me." And you can't really get into that. For us ladies in our hoop dresses, it is a little bit more difficult. I suppose if you're just the last one to move, because if you were to put your hand, use your fight skills. So if she's coming around my corner, I can.
Oh, okay.
That
That would feel awkward because then I'm like,
Just
my arm is under
whatever. You win for the. But yes,
off.
you don't have to stand close to them. You use the mask excuse, like, oh, you're not masked. All right, then we just need to stay a little bit at a distance, if you don't mind.
Kick
You
her
know,
in the whip.
and whatnot. We're just going to stay at a little bit of distance, because especially if they have drink in your hand, and you know the couch is not always machine washable.
Well, and what about do either of you have advice?
Yes.
For me, but the funny thing for me is it's always been, I've never had to deal with men being inappropriate to me. I've always had the weird experience of women being inappropriate with me as a performer.
Right.
Even when I'm in full drag, I don't let people touch my chest because, you know, not all drag performers use fake boobs, and some drag performers have boobs. So, you know, it's, if I let it happen to me, I'm letting it happen to my sister. So I'm not going to do that. I've talked about this a couple times. I was doing a murder mystery a number of years ago, very similar to this, trying to look more feminine, more not as cartoony feminine, as I like to call it. And I'm getting ready to do this dialogue, this like really angry scene with a guy, and I feel someone grab my lower thigh and go right up my padded butt. And I spun around expecting some drunk guy there, and it was a drunk woman.
Woo.
And later she's like, I just thought your ass looked great and I wanted to touch it because I'm drunk. And I'm like, you could tell a judge that. I don't think it's going to go well. I'm not going to press charges because I think you learned a lesson today. Don't ever do that again. Like, I wouldn't interact with her. I wouldn't make eye contact with her after that. And she was like, I ruined this for me and my friends. So I'm like, yeah, kind of. Yeah.
I think she was aware of it. I mean, because, you know, women, we're used to, I mean, we're used to grabbing our friends. I mean, like, tee-hee, we can do this.
Yeah, but even then, I wouldn't do that to a total stranger. I wouldn't like just come up and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna cup your boob." Like, that feels weird. That's not okay anywhere.
Are you saying Diana Ross was wrong?
Oh, with Lil' Kim? Yes, that was also a '90s moment. So.
We may have just dated ourselves. That just happened.
The VMAs in 1999, I think.
Oh God, was it?
I think so.
I'm young and pretty, I swear, because I was born in 1999. It's 1569.
Anyway, Amethyst, have you ever had to deal with a drunk?
One.
At a time.
All the time. I mean, I'm 100 feet tall, so everybody is tit level for me. So,
yeah.
Right. People are like, can I get a hug? And instead of this, they're like, I'm like, stop it. Everybody always wants to touch the titties all the time.
They're here.
And it's
here.
always,
I'm not sure. And I was wearing heels, and they were here.
It's always women who want to touch the tits. The guys are more, you know, squeeze on my padded ass. But the women want to touch the titties.
I feel like it's like a comparison. Like, I want to know what yours feel like. Yeah.
Because I'm like a giant Barbie doll. Like,
it's true.
They're humongous. You know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I don't mind. You know, I get it. It's whatever. I don't care.
And sometimes it's hard to, because I wanted portraits with you all, and trying to be respectful. It's just like, where do I put my hand? Let's see, your waist is here, and
your waist is here. Your vaginas is right here.
I've started doing like the Keanu Reeves thing of like having my hands in front of me in very clear.
All the pictures he's just here.
They're just floating. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I tend to I'll either like lean forward or I'll like put my arms up above my head of like, hey, look at me, this is great, so that everyone knows my hands are somewhere visible through the entire photo process.
I'm not touching anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you're so tall, like you just woo, yay, hey, look, everyone.
See that leaves everything open though. Okay. I like to put my arm around people because if they do get too close, I can always like.
I don't know that you want to get that close on a Ren Fair day anyway. Because again, of this
gross.
sweat.
Yeah. Drag
The
queens
smell.
know how that is.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Bubble fair.
Bubble fairies.
Bubble fairy.
Bubble fairies.
Well, kids, we are reaching the end of our evening together, but we still have Derek's helpful drag tip tonight.
Yeah.
So, are we ready to unpack this?
Yes. Let it out.
Game on. Derek's helpful drag tips. If a show that you're performing or promoting in has a Facebook event page, learn to utilize the invite button. It will increase the number of eyes on your event.
Now, Derek, why are you going to do that? You know, we've been through this today.
So now I had a question earlier that because I do get invited to shows that I cannot attend that are far across where I can travel.
Yes.
But of course, I want to support and scream your names from the highest mountain for whoever can enjoy your beautiful performances.
Thank you.
Should I say that I'm going to boost the numbers? Does that boost the visibility? Is that
Not necessarily? I'm both ways on that. I think it's fair to give your honest answer whether you can or cannot make the show. But even if you can't make the show, you can still share the flyer, or you can still share the flyer. You know what I mean? Even if you're not able to attend, you can still promote it. So I think it's a good thing either way.
I shared everything of Divas Down Under today. I'm not in that show, but
Rude.
It's gonna be. Listen, down here.
She a little bit.
And it's an amazing cast. Paula Frost, Poison, Vicky Fisher, Volky Versace, Asia Monroe, Callie Couture, and that lunatic on the end. It looks like such a fun show. So make sure you get your tickets early. VIP is already sold out. And I'm gonna say, if it's a Facebook event, say that you're going, because Facebook, the algorithm will show other people that you're going.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe someone else will be, hey, do you want to go to this together?
Because on one hand, the algorithm. Why am I still doing the accent? On one hand, the algorithm. On the other hand, for comedy shows, I know, if you're the booker and you're looking, you're like, oh man, I've got 60 people saying they're going to come, but I've only sold 10 tickets. What's up with that? And that can kind of mess with that as well. Right. But with a comedy show, we won't cancel if there's only 10 tickets sold. So
yeah,
exactly, and we don't want that to happen. Even especially if you want to be a part of a show, and I get someone just recently reached out to me about hey, how can I get into shows? I'm like, well, one, if you want to be in a certain show, go support that show and go show the people that you support the shows that you want to also be a part of and be an entertainer in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you are booked in that show, it is your responsibility to promote said show.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the show promoters, job to do it by themselves. It's your job as the entertainer to also promote that show so everybody can make money.
Yeah. I've done stuff through New Jersey for the marketing aspects of things. And I have learned through other marketing companies that Facebook is where you monetize things. So if you want people, to pay for stuff, if you want people to buy your book, if you want people to buy your merch, Facebook is the place where you're supposed to go, because the median age is somewhere between 45 to 50 and on up. And normally those people have money versus Instagram, where you get a lot of followers and you get a lot of movement. So that's more like, do you want to show people that you have a lot of influence? Then that's where Instagram comes into handy. If you want to show people that you can make money off of your thing, that's where Facebook comes in handy. And I just know that from marketing stuff. And we've been exploring that with the New Jersey Fair as well. We have a marketing team that is working on some stuff this year that we've paid to do a lot of our marketing. And for better or worse, they have been getting a lot of traction. We've sold over 3,000 tickets at this point. So I'm pretty dang proud of that.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Get your tickets now.
Get them now.
Well, and last year we had limited tickets.
Yeah.
And we sold out every single day, which was amazing. We don't have that this year. So come on out, you know.
You can buy tickets at the gate. I think anything under like 2,500 people, we should be good. So we still have like a good 1,000 tickets a day available.
It's possible we could still sell out.
It'd be hard, but yeah, we could maybe. We'll find out.
Driving up the scarcity.
I'm sorry.
You two are cracking me up.
Get your tickets now because they're cheaper.
For like bookends. Yes. Ooh, yes. Save some money.
Single day tickets are $25 online, but they're $30 at the gate. So if you want to buy for May 28th, because you know you're coming on May 28th, buy that ticket now.
That used to be my thing at parades. We would hand out coupons. I'm like, if you paid full price, it's not my fault.
Yep.
True. And that's the world right now. There are always ways to save money on things. You know, save that money, buy early, get your tickets ahead of time.
Buy early, buy often.
Exactly. Well, kids, we have reached the end of our evening, but I want to give everybody a chance to just say a bit of a farewell for the end of the night. So let's start with Amethyst.
Huzzah, huzzah, my Ren Fair families. So congratulations on the success of your Ren Fairs, and I hope they continue to be successful. Huzzah indeed. Go support Lady Elizabeth Percy and the Lady Viola at the New Jersey Renaissance Faire. I'm sure it is everything and then some. Thank you everybody for watching tonight and for tuning in and just for, you know, having a good time with us. We love you and we appreciate you and we wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Be humble and spread love and light. So we'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.
I love that. Lady Elizabeth.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to say this as Katie. Hi, I'm Katie Bourbon.
Hi, Katie.
I love this show. I love everyone on this show. You can come back.
I was giving you space. I was giving you space.
Go see Divas Down Under. Support your local drag scene. Support your local comedy scene. Support your local punk scene. I have no dog in that race, but I enjoy punk, and I would like to go to shows that don't start at 10 o'clock because I'm old. But I do hope if you are at any way able, if you're able to come to the New Jersey Renaissance Faire, I do hope you do. We do have a ton of fun stuff. I think we have something for everybody. All ages. We have stuff for the kids. We have stuff for the grown-ups. If you like sports, we have jousting. If you like music, we got that. If you like comedy, we got that. We got food. We got enough beer, wine, and mead that if you didn't like it when you first came in, you will like it. We do a ton of fun stuff. So, you know, like, please do come out. Try to come both weekends because we have different acts happening one weekend that aren't at the other weekend. So, you know, like, if you can come out, please do. You will get addicted. It's kind of addictive, like beer running. It's a fun scene. If you've never been, it's a really fun scene with really, really great people. And I hope you come out because if you watch this show, obviously you already love Jade and Jade's going to be there and she's amazing.
I appreciate that. Sure. Melissa, how about you?
Yeah. I'm super excited to have the show open really shortly. And I've been watching the Gay Pirate Show, which we're going to make Jade watch very shortly. And my biggest thing that I'm hoping happens this year, it's called Our Flag Means Death. HBO, please, not that you're watching this right now, but you should be. But please renew Our Flag Means Death. It's amazing. But my big takeaway from that show is that it is a very queer-centric show representing a lot of different people and genders and ideas. And it's very exciting because it's set in the 1700s in a pirate time. And all of those people want to come out and cosplay. And I'm like, please come to a Renaissance Fair, wear your leather daddy Blackbeard for me. That's what I want more than anything else in the world. Just show up. And I want our fairs, especially now within the acting company, I want our fairs to gradually become safe spaces for queer people.
Yes.
I want it to be more accepting and more, especially as we continue to evolve into the 2020s. I want that space to be a safe place for cosplayers and nerds and people who are neurodivergent and people who are disabled and people
of color.
Yeah, everybody. I want everybody to be there and I want everybody to have a good time. And we are doing our best from the inside out to make it an acceptable space. But part of that is just being present and taking up space. I want you all to show up and take up space. So if you like that kind of stuff, if you're into cosplay, if you're into drag, if you're into being outdoors and drinking,
Bubble fairies.
We have bubble fairies. Beaver eating. Please feel free to come out to our show. I would really love the more queer, wonderful representation that we can have at our shows, the better.
I love it.
To quote the great James Ellerby, Black people don't audition for Ren Fair because Black people don't go to Ren Fair because Black people don't audition for Ren Fair. So
that's right.
We already have a wonderful representation there. There is a group that I just love them to death, and come out. I know, sometimes, especially for people of color, they're like, oh, the Ren Fair, problematic. Come out. And then, the more of us that are there, the more of us will be there, the more of us audition, the better representation we will have. And come out. You are welcome. As I said in the other stream, when we were talking about when Cesario is going to be Viola because she's good, and I just very heartfelt in accent looked at the camera and said, everyone is welcome at Crossford. Please come. You are welcome. You are loved. You are accepted.
I love that. That's so cool.
That was so well worded. The Ren Fair world, we're a nerd fest. I mean, we are welcoming of all nerds, we are welcoming of all people. And that's something we want to better represent in our performances, in our casting. So come on out. We're about to open in 2 days. So come out, show your support, have fun, ask questions. It really just sank in that it's 2 days. Anyway.
So you haven't even started yet.
We have not started yet. We've been in rehearsal.
Started yet? Oh my God!
Yeah, we start on Saturday.
Yeah.
I will be at the festival at 7 a.m. answering phone calls.
Oh,
And I'll get there. I'll stay until 11 p.m. to make sure that the trash gets taken out. That's my job.
Oh my God!
Our support cast started rehearsals back in March.
It snowed the first day.
That's the fun part. Yep, we rehearsed in the freaking snow.
I ran improv games while it was snowing sideways.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are hardcore.
And we, our featured cast only came in, Sunday of last week, and they have been nonstop busting their butts. They've just had 2 days off to recuperate because it's a little relentless, but that's the theater world.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And we have put together some amazing shows. I am very proud of the work we have done.
Wrote, by the way, wrote that
this
shit
one
right there.
Writer, director, actor, drag queen.
Doing amazing. Inspiration.
Singer, fight choreographer. I don't know about the spirit. Could if she wanted to. Could if she wanted to. This one. Amazing.
Yeah.
Don't cry. You're going to run your makeup.
I know. I did that on the last stream, and I was like, "Whoop! Wow, raccoon time already."
Suck it up.
At least I'm not a beaver.
Beaver, eat everybody! Don't forget to eat your beaver and raw dog your mayonnaise.
Exactly. Go out, raw dog your mayonnaise, eat your beaver, get your tickets for Divas Down Under.
Yes.
Get your tickets for the Boomerang Brunch.
Now.
A couple weeks away, kids.
Now.
Get your tickets now. I think VIP for that is already sold out too.
Goodness.
So don't wait because the tickets will go. And then Amethyst and I will be at York Pride on June 11th.
God. I know where that is.
Are you
going to be a lot of fun. And then the following week is Lancaster Pride.
Oh my God, I know where that is.
Are you going to be there?
I'll see if I can. I know I have a bunch of events coming up as well, just for me performing. But
Wonderful.
I've never been to a Pride event. For being a bisexual woman, I've never been to a Pride event, and I'm like, man, I really need to.
She has eaten beaver though.
I have. More than one.
That's not an innuendo.
No, it can't be though.
I mean labia.
Major and minor.
Yeah.
I think that is a perfect time to wrap up.
We gotta go.
We gotta go. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in. The outro video is going to be a little different, but I want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank all three of you for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun. This was a great way to celebrate our 2-year anniversary of the show.
2 years.
It is crazy. Next week, we're not doing a show. We are taking a week off because I need a break, and Katie and I have tickets to go see the Kinsey Six in Annapolis, Maryland. So that's going to be amazing.
But we will make up for it the following week. We will make up for it indeed.
It's going to be it's on the 8th. It's going to be fascinating because we will be streaming live from North Beach in Dewey Beach, Delaware. We are going to be backstage at an actual drag show. Amethyst and I will both be there. The show is hosted by the incredible Tamia Giselle Michaels. We also have Diamond Doll and Chastity Vane joining us. So it's not going to be this format. You're going to see us a little more frantic. You're going to see us painting. You're going to see, you're not going to see us getting ready. Nice try.
Be our special guest backstage live at a live drag show, interactive live drag show.
Everybody says that's what they want. They want to see backstage.
They want to know what's going on.
Now you get it.
It's going to happen. But we've reached the end of our time tonight. So there's only one thing left to say, and that is farewell, kids.
Bye. Love you.
Open the gates of the New Jersey Renaissance Faire at Liberty Lake. Our interactive cast of characters welcomes you and your family. Witness the thrill of a human chess match and real live riveting jousters. 8 hours of entertainment on 8 sages and talented artisans in our eclectic merchant village. Reawaken your taste buds, then quench your medieval thirst in the Duke's Mead Gun. The New Jersey Renaissance Faire at Liberty Lake, where adventure awaits.